not know you, share a little bit of your faith story with the people, maybe how you developed your own personal relationship with Christ before we talk about the music and everything else dope you do.
Yeah.
No doubt, man. So I was born and raised on the south side of Houston, which, you know, minutes from where, if anybody's familiar with like the Screw culture and, you know, DJ Screw, the Screwed Up Clique, I was minutes from all of that. So my upbringing was, I was immersed in that world when it comes to music. And so why everybody hip hop, you know, I was in love with hip hop at an early age, but that was so close to me. That's all I wanted. So I chased that and basketball up until I was 19, 20. I came to Oklahoma to play basketball, Southern Nazarene University, small school up here. And it's a Christian school, which I had opportunities to play at larger universities, but my grandmother died just prior to me going into my senior year. And she had a dream. I don't know. She knew nothing about the basketball really, but she had a dream that Scottie Pippen, who also went to NAIA school, took me out and wanted me to go to this NAIA school. And so I went, you know what I mean? I passed up all kind of offers to go to this small school. And my sophomore year, I had this encounter because I was wilding, bro. I was like straight from Houston. Like some of my friends were from Texas. They left and went back. I was trying to get my scholarship away. I had a full ride, trying to go back to Houston. I was driving back and forth on the weekend. My sophomore year, my cousin, who I was in a rap group with, was trying to do the, you know, South Side Screwed Up Clique thing. We was trying to be on an independent label. He got locked up, and I had this encounter in my dorm room, man, where it was just all of these months of people pouring into me led up to this one encounter in my dorm room where I actually like literally thought that I was dead. Like I thought I was going to die. And story is much bigger. There was so much going on at the time, like me almost being kicked out of school for certain things. And like I said, trying to turn over my scholarship at one time. There's a lot of stuff going on. But, you know, I had this real encounter, and it was like the next day, everything that had built up to that point, you know, when I look back, it had prepared me for that experience and that encounter. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't a quick thing. God had been working with me that whole time. And so the very next day, man, it was like a weight was just lifted off of my shoulders. And I had some knowledge of the Bible and some knowledge of, you know, church growing up. We would go every once in a while, but I was always a seeker. So I would seek things on my own. And so I knew right from wrong. I knew ultimately where God wanted me, but I was kind of, you know, I was fighting it. And he eventually just chased me down, man, to the point to where I had this vision of me being dead and what that would be for my life. And the next day, man, like I said, this weight was lifted, and it felt like it happened like that, but it really didn't. But I was completely changed at that point. And I began to witness to everybody that I could. I was a little abrasive at first, a little zealous, kicking in doors. Why y'all going out to the club? And I was just with them the other day at the club, at the same club. So, but, you know, I reeled it in after about a year and continued my journey with music. And from there, man, it was just me getting in the community in OKC and starting to travel and meeting people in the Christian hip hop community. The K-Drama was one of the first people. He was a teenager, and I ran across him, and he was one of the first people to kind of encourage me in my faith and in my walk, as well as the music. So from there, man, it was on from then on out.
Wow. I'm pretty sure that's just like a quarter of the story.
Yeah, it's just a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot.
That's fantastic. And definitely shout out to K-Drama. That's my brother. I mean, I promise, I think we have the same mom. She's just not telling me everything, but he's so dope. And I want to get back to you, but it's a special thing with him. You know what I mean? Like, people don't even understand. I mean, just as a person, he's been the most faithful to me in the whole CHH community, period. When I had money, didn't have money, when I needed to do a show, when I needed to hook up, just from a brother standpoint. I mean, praying on my tracks, like he would send me the track, but he put a prayer on it before I even recorded. He's next level. And that's what I'm saying. I'm glad you brought him up, and we can drop it, but I'm just saying thank you for saying that about him, because people don't really get their flowers or their roses to people.
Yeah, no, for sure. That's my dog, man. Like he kept the letter I wrote him in 2003. He still had, I posted it I have this back page for like my mailing list, and I posted it. It was me as a college athlete. I'm older than him, and he's his teenager. I'm trying to get on his mixtape and letting him know that, I'm on fire for God, and I'm trying to, I was reading that letter like, man, what were you like? The way I was talking to him was crazy, but it was a moment, man. And the fact that he kept that all these years, and it's not like tore up. It's in the same condition that I sent the letter in, and that was 2003. You know what I'm saying? It's like stuff like that. It meant a lot to him. It meant a lot to me, and from there we clicked. And we don't talk all the time, but he has like a special place in my heart, man, for sure.